Niquecoy Webb. Um, I've been with Total Wine now going on about 2 years, 2.5 years. I've always been interested in liquor, food, ever since I was growing up. I'm full Jamaican. So being at Total Wine is, it's a fast-paced environment. It's a fast learning environment where, I mean, look at the store, there's probably over ballpark it at almost 1 million bottles in the store. So just trying to figure out those kind of niches and wormholes of finding out what customers want is just a ball of fun. But outside of there, my personal business, I'm a photographer and also a chef as well. A little bit of mixology in the mix of everything, but my background is full Jamaican. So growing up, food has always been a passion of mine, and that's where everything else kind of comes together as like a big ball of Play-Doh where it just all molds together in the mix of it. And, anything that deals with the realms of being an artist, a creator, it all falls underneath the umbrella of just everything that I do. Why is the taste different from what I'm used to? And that's again, when you have your original two master distillers walk away, who has the formula that they've been building for years and years and years, you know, you kind of lose that, and that kind of drifts from left to right because you don't have those key components anymore. And the thing that Kevin Curtis did when he left Woodford was he wanted to go into a way where bourbons are just going to evolve, just like scotches are going to evolve. And when it comes to those two main things that's always trying to evolve and be on a standpoint of like rums and tequilas, you have to continuously do something new. And when you don't want to do something new, people are going to eventually walk away from what they know.
Really, what makes cognac kind of special? I guess.
Cognac is a very touchy spirit. So it just all depends. I mean, I have quite a few of them. I have some that you taste it, you put it up against like your Douces and your 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 Hennessy's and your Martels. It's a very unique profile, and it takes one to know scotches to understand the way how a cognac is going to balance to where it's just as enjoyable because they're both acquired tastes, a scotch and a cognac. A lot of cognac drinkers drink scotch. I've seen a lot of
Oh,
scotch drinkers, they like their cognacs as well. So like so this one is not gonna have that champagne grape, which this one does use a little bit of champagne grapes, but if you look and if you swirl it, you'll kind of see where the tears actually run down and it doesn't stick fully to the glass. So
okay.
you have some of those cognacs that use that true champagne grape to where it's almost a little bit syrupy.
Ah,
I had a client, a guy, one of my clients that I was doing some pictures for, and I did some pictures for him, and he's like, "Hey, you want a drink?" And I was like, "Sure." And a lot of these connoisseurs and collectors do, they have decanters that they pour them in just so they won't flex the name to. So he
right.
poured me a shot, and right off the bat, from me tasting it years back with my dad, where he used to work, automatically picked up that it was the Louis the 13. And he's like, "Oh, this is not the regular Louis the 13. This is one of their exclusive, which I guess they call it. They have some lines that they call baccarat, which is you know where you're finding in all the big poker halls. And when it all boils down to it, you're buying the name and the bottle. A lot of those bottles, it's sad to say this, a lot of these collectors spend all this money just because the bottles are genuine crystal bottles.
Mm. If you can see that, I'll probably buy this again because we've been having this. We had some of this over the holiday with some friends and stuff. So
So
that was
the
really good, McCoy.
and
and
the
and
thing and
it wasn't that pricey either, from what I remember. It was
it's
in
not.
like no,
And
it
the
was
thing is, like I said, back to what I was saying previously, when it comes to those off brands that no one really knows unless they go to the store, you're not gonna bump into little gems like that. And that's the one thing that separates Total Wine from a lot of the mom and pops is they have gems in there that they partner with that you never would have thought blackberry and chocolate would be good. Just like I've gone to the mom and pops and I find stuff that I'm like, this is kind of weird. And I buy it and it's the best thing out there. And hats off to each different store because you don't know who partners with who or
Yeah.
who goes through there.
And you have a catering business too, you told me, right? That
Yes,
are you
yes.
still doing that? What kind of parties or whatever what do you cater? What kind of events?
So my catering event is called Yard and Abroad, which represents bringing flavors from Jamaica to the States. So what I do is I take traditional Jamaican spices, traditional dishes, and I infuse them. So I do a lot of Jamaican Italian, Jamaican Thai,
Oh wow.
Italian. It just all depends on my clientele base of what they want.
Hmm.
I mean, there's nothing that I won't try to create or something that I say I can't do. I always try to go above and beyond for my clientele base.